Welcome to today's special edition of Taste of Lake. I am Gina Buell, and we're here today at our City Fire Brownwood location, and we are going to have the most fabulous event we have all year long. It is our Voices of Valor event. We partner with Combat Veterans Careers, David Booth, and Heidi and Johnny Belford, who are award-winning songwriters, and they celebrate our veteran stories through song. So come on in and let's take a look.
Love my country, love my wife, my two sons and my blessed life. It's how I got here, so that road I take twice. She is beautiful and smart.
Well, this was an incredible experience. It was like sitting down with a psychiatrist, a shrink, and have him ask you to tell you his life story. So I did. I sat down with Heidi and Johnny Belford, and they started asking me questions, and I told them the entire story of my life. From the time I first went in the military, I spent 30 years in the military, and then after that, I got out and went to work for an organization called the Military Order of the Purple Heart, which is composed only of combat wounded veterans. I myself was wounded in Vietnam. This all sort of culminated this past week when David Booth invited me to sit down with Johnny and Heidi and tell my life story.
It's always hard. I'm not gonna lie. They have some really powerful stories. And I always say, like, Hollywood has nothing on what we hear in the writers' room. And there are a lot of tough stories that we hear that we get to take that pain and put it in a song for them, and it's a great experience.
Tell me a little bit about what's it like to hear those stories.
Honestly, they all stay with us. When we perform it again, it's like we're reliving that moment where we're back in the writers' room that first time when they first opened up and shared with us, because every veteran has a very unique story. They all do. They all have something that makes them special, or their service special, or something about them that is very unique and uniquely theirs. And that's why everyone deserves their own song and their own unique special song.
So what do you hope the audience is going to take away?
I hope that the audience can walk away with a little more understanding for what these people have been through and why they did it and how hard it is to work through and move on after this service for many different reasons. Sometimes the veteran just has a hard time going from being, this superhero to going to Walmart the next day. It's a big change in their lives, and sometimes they've got demons that stick with them from things they've seen or had to be a part of, and if they can walk away with a little more understanding, with a fraction of the perspective that we get when we're sitting in the room with these guys, hearing the full story, then we'll have done our job as songwriters.
So I'm here with my great friend David Booth from Combat Veterans Careers. We've been working together for 15, 20 years now on stuff. And so, David, why don't you tell us a little bit about Combat Veterans Careers and how it got started?
So Combat Veterans Careers started 15 years ago. We're a nonprofit that helps veterans and their families transition. Our mission is 360 degrees of support to our veterans and their families. What that means is we sit down with them, we provide anything and everything. We meet with that family. We create a short-term, midterm, long-term plan to get them so they're self-sufficient. One of the things that we do is our mission is we have a suicide prevention program where we are able to help the veterans through therapeutic recreation, outdoor rec, or even camaraderie. One of the other things that we've added to that is our Voice of Valor and songwriting, which we partnered with Creative Vets and Johnny and Heidi Belford. So I actually went to Nashville and wrote my own song. I actually said, hey, this is so therapeutic. We need to do this in the villages. So I knew Johnny and Heidi, and they lived in Florida, so it was just a perfect fit. We sat down and we said, hey, let's do this event. We actually did Bourbon, Whiskey, and War Stories was the first event. And then we said we need to do this all the time. So we came up with Voices of Valor, partnered with City Fire, And we're going to do this every month at City Fire. And so what we'll do is we'll end up writing 4 songs, at least 4 songs a month, and then we perform them at the end of the month for the veterans and whoever wants to hear their stories. So we're a nonprofit 501c3 tax deductible organization. All of our funding, 90 cents of every dollar we raise goes back to our programs. We do ketamine therapy for mental health. We do housing transition system. We help them start their own businesses. We do anything and everything. We do budget counseling, life coaching. We help them get their housing. So we also have 2 thrift stores. So they can donate to the thrift store, or they can donate to help with Voices of Valor, or they can help with our ketamine therapy, which is our mental health therapy as well.
I am here with Irving Locker. He is a World War II vet. Irving, tell us a little bit about your career.
All right. It's quite a career because I'm very lucky to be alive. We went in on D-Day on Utah Beach, went through the Battle of the Bulge, right into Berlin. We
Wow.
operated a Holocaust camp where there were 1,000 people in center, the worst I have ever seen in my life. And basically, it's a lifetime of faith. But I still lecture about it because people have to know that freedom is not free.
And we are so lucky to have you here tonight. Tell me about a little bit about your song and what it was like to do the song.
I didn't do there was a write up in the paper, 101 years old, and he's writing songs. He said, no, I didn't write. They wrote the song about me, but I didn't write the
But
song.
you told the story.
Well, they picked it up. Whatever they picked up from the story, the same as whatever you pick up from there, that's what it is. So that's it.
Tonight, we were reminded that every veteran has a story, and those stories need to be heard. I'd like to give a big thank you to Heidi and Johnny and David Booth for coming out tonight and making this event so special. If you'd like to get involved with Combat Veterans to Careers, please go to www.combatveteranstocareers.org.